All right, you guys. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Stranger Things, season 5, absolutely is that shit is below mediocre. Um, and this is why I'm worried about Warner Brothers buying, no, Netflix buying Warner Brothers. Like you guys, there is not one Netflix show that is better than any of Warner Brothers HBO TV shows they came out with. Find me a Netflix show better than The Wire. Find me a Netflix show better than, let's say, Oz. Find me a Netflix show better than Sopranos. And Stranger Things is definitely not better than any of those shows, especially after that final season. I'm sorry, but if your show ends horribly, you can't you can't put it up against other shows that have been completed and ended great or good. Like that whole season, this whole season, this season just dropped the ball. The send offs they gave the characters were cute, but like the military just gonna let them go. The military is gonna let them slide after they just destroyed research that they've been doing for years to benefit them, and they're all just off scot free, living their best life, not being bothered. Like, what? Okay, whatever. Another thing too, Vecna was absolutely trash. That nigga sucked. I really think Vecna and the Mind Flayer were just in the upside, were just in Dimension X, just fucking the whole time. I really feel like they were, because people who constantly fuck all the time don't get shit done. Um, you're telling me Vecna for multiple seasons, who was behind the scenes with the Mind Flayer planning shit, didn't think that maybe one of the kids that he's giving his powers to wouldn't find a way to use it against him, which Will did more than once. Which is crazy. He did it more than once. You would think after the first time when his leg got snapped that Vecna would nip that shit in the bud or create some countermeasure or failsafe to keep someone from using his own powers against him, his abilities, because all Will was doing was taking from Vecna's powers. So someone took from your powers, who, mind you, Will has not been training like 11 has. Will, to me, in this final season, was a Gary Sue. Y'all know what you call characters Mary Sues, and sometimes it's valid. There's a lot of characters who are Mary Sues, but Will is for sure a Gary Sue. So you give him powers at the last minute, which was for, let's be real, he got powers at the last minute. Well, he confidently flexed these powers at the last minute, right? Which was episode 4. And we saw 11 having to train with the same abilities for multiple seasons to get even better. But Will does it in one episode. All they had to say was, "Hey guys, I'm here. I'm proud. I'm Will." Like what? That's it? Shit. If that's all 11 had to do just to lock in and have full control of her powers, I guess all 11 got to do is just hear Robin in her head just yapping and shit, and then her powers will work great. The Mind Flayer absolutely also sucked. So the Mind Flayer showed up as a big ass kaiju, right? Not only was Vecna and the Mind Flayer not working with together with their powers, like the Mind Flayer was, even when Vecna was connected to him, wasn't using Vecna's telekinesis abilities to pick up Mike and them and just slam them to the ground and kill them. He's running after them instead of heading straight to Earth like their plan was. Their plan was to go to Earth. So why are you worried about Mike and Will and them? If anything, they would have to chase you to Earth, which means they're going to be set back again and got to run after you. Because now you just got this big ass kaiju and you could have dipped up out of there, went to Earth, and start wreaking havoc. But he didn't do none of that. He didn't do none of that. They decided, the Mind Flayer decided, oh my gosh, I'm going to go chase Mike and them. I'm going to go chase Mike and them. I'm going to diverge from my original plan. Why? Why? Because what was Mike and them going to do in Dimension X once the Mind Flayer left? They have to head back to Earth to go and try and go kill it. And another scene that pissed me off so much, when they tried to trap the mind flayer, which in my opinion was a stupid ass trap. Because the only way the trap to work would work is if there was actual time. Nancy didn't even give them time to get to the top of the cliff, and magically, when Nancy almost died, they all teleported to the top of the cliff like that. They just boom, boom on top of the cliff already. That big ass cliff that they would have needed time to get to. But Nancy just went and shot it, and they all running at the same time. But magically, when Nancy almost dies, ooh, they magically got up there. And then they're fighting the mind flayer with less resources than the military. The military in episode 4 got mowed down by Vecna, and Vecna was eating the bullets. Now he wasn't eating them like he was. The bullets were hitting him. He wasn't even getting phased by it. He wasn't grunting. He wasn't saying, "Oh guys, I'm in pain. It hurts. Ooh, bullets. Ooh, ooh, ooh." But the mind flayer got shot with bullets and was chasing Nancy. I'm not saying the bullets hurt him, but if the bullets were not bothering Vecna, if he wasn't showing that they were bothering him, why is the mind flayer getting bothered by bullets? Why isn't Vecna telling the mind flayer, "Hey, mind flayer, those people are useless. Well, let's just go head straight to Earth for a big ass kaiju. Let's just go." Like, I don't know, y'all. That finale overall was just shit. And Vecna was overhyped. So not only did Vecna fail to kill Max, he couldn't even leave her permanently injured. Her legs and everything is working, even though he snapped them bitches. And her eyesight is back. He didn't kill none of the cast members. 11 dying does not count. 11 let herself die. That does not count. He failed. Vecna absolutely failed as a villain. And what makes it even worse, Derek was able to pull Holly away from him in his own head. And then when Henry is going to see his past trauma and get pat through, I'm like, oh my gosh, this nigga's so pussy, bruh. This nigga's so pussy. Like, oh my gosh, that nigga sucked, bruh. And people had the audacity to do a Vecna versus Pennywise. People had the audacity to be on this app doing Vecna versus Pennywise, as if that's even competition. Pennywise was literally trolling and chilling. Vecna was trying desperately to win and failed. Steve and Dustin came to battle with trash can lids and sticks, saying "For Eddie, for Eddie," poking the mind flayer under his booty. Like, oh my gosh, he's getting. They're doing better than the military. And then they blew up the whole upside down. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Netflix is about to make Warner Brothers even worse also. Well, goodbye cinema.